Welcome back to the Workbench, where uncut and unedited, you can watch me try to make things. What I'm trying to make right now is a Wacky Races diorama, and we are actually very close to being finished with the Wacky Races diorama. In fact, there's, I think, 3 things we really need to get done today, and then it's down to just the very final details. So I guess let's just talk about the 3 things that I really want to get done, and then we'll get on with them. One, I need to drill the plate, the bottom plate, the ground, the road that the Mean Machine is sitting on, so that we could run his leads for the LED in his fire effect. We need to run that down underneath and out the back. So I need to do that today. I need to finish painting the background. In fact, I'll just pull it out so you can see. We've got it all blocked in. Last time we got together, we actually put in the trees. Now I just need to put in the final details. I don't think I have. Well, we can kind of look at this one. Basically, there's just some little details like this, all in the background that we need to do. Just a little, the indication of little tufts of grass. We need to paint in the rest of the face there. Pretty simple stuff. And then the last thing, and what we're going to actually look at right now, is how we're going to, what's the right word to say, finalize this. In other words, I would love. So the models themselves have been given a coat of satin clear, which gives them, I think, a pretty nice sheen. It gives them a good looking, what I think looks like a cartoon or a painted cartoon cell look. I guess the sheen from one. So I'd love to be able to give the whole thing that same kind of sheen. So what I did, I went ahead and put together just a sample board that has everything on it. So in fact, let me just bring it over and I can show you. I put together a board here where it has just the paint. Of course, it has paint, glue, and then the grass, like down here or up here. This is the road. This is actually garage floor paint that I used for the road. I thought it was a good color for that. And then our bushes. And I have actually given this one coat of satin clear, the same satin clear that is on the models themselves, the cars. And I'm looking at it up here, what you guys are seeing. Can you see the sheen that has on it now? And so actually I want this, I'm hoping this will kind of have two uses, I guess we should say. One is, see how it's giving it that sheen, where this is very it just looks like acrylic paint on there, right? Now it has that kind of satin sheen, which it's not weirdly interacting with the paint. It was a surprise. I thought it might do something weird with the what do you call it, the garage floor paint. I knew it should be okay here because this is the same paint we used on the models. And it's definitely given a sheen. It's really given kind of a glossy sheen to the grass. I don't know if you can see that. I think I could probably live with it. Just because of the way I like how it works here. But then the second thing that I really wanted this to help me with is to hold these bushes together. Which I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give another test spray of the satin clear. Because see, it actually is kind of holding them together. These are just, it's just crumpled up. I don't even know what it is, but it'll fall apart very easily. Like the ones you see back here, let me move Penelope out of the way. The ones you see back here, these bushes, I could just pop them right apart if I wanted to, just as strong. If I blew on them, I could blow them apart. But now we see, with that clear on them, with that, it turns them into one solid bush, one solid piece. So I think it's actually gonna work, surprisingly. Now, you never know what can go wrong once you actually put it all together. So what I think we'll do, what I think I'm gonna do is I am gonna give it a second coat, just to really kind of encapsulate everything and see how it looks. But if it turns out right, I think I'm gonna just shoot this whole thing with the satin clear, because it looks like it's not. I was afraid it might bubble up or crack or something on some, especially on this one. I didn't know what it was gonna do, but it's fine. Okay, so let me move the background out of the way, because what I really want to get to work on now. We're gonna put this. I'll put it over here. What I really want to get to work on now is the drilling the hole for the Mean Machine's LED leads. Let me move all that stuff out of the way. I didn't mention. So the smoke effect we have done let me can I kind of hold this up so you can see it a little bit? The smoke effects that we have done, I've baked them. So they're now baked. They don't turn super hard. It's kind of interesting, but they are definitely cured. You can tell that they're cured. Let me move him out of the way. Well, actually, before I do that and we look at the smoke, let's actually try to map out where we want to put our hole, where we want to draw a hole. I've got our pencil. I've got my daughter's stolen pencil, or the pencil I stole from my daughter. My daughter doesn't steal it. It's not a stolen pencil. I stole it from my daughter. Anyways, let's go ahead and map out where these wires need to go. And I think I'm just going to I'm going to use the smoke, I think, kind of as my guide as to where to put it. So I'm just looking to see where the wires come out of the bottom, which is right there. So it's right, basically, and I'm going to put it right in the middle. It's basically right there is where we need to go with our hole. So that's where I'm going to drill it. Let me set him aside for a second. But now we can see, you can see these are actually baked. I don't want to bang them around too much because I think they'll crack. I don't want that to happen. They're still not as smooth as I'd like them to be. I mean, it is smoke, so it doesn't have to be too terribly smooth. I think it looks good. In fact, I think it's just fine. They're just fine like this. But what I thought I would do to help give me a little bit more of that smoothness I was hoping for, I think I'm going to spray them. I wanted to paint these anyways with the same white that we're using everywhere else because I want the colors to all be the same. When they did these cartoons, they had just a handful of paints that they would use. So it would be the same white, the same red, the same blue, kind of everywhere you go. Anyways, so I wanted to paint these white anyway. So I think what I'll do is just spray them with like a filler primer. I think it should be okay. I hope it'll be okay. But hopefully that filler primer will kind of pull out a little bit of the roughness. I don't want it to be ultra smooth, if that makes sense. I want it to look handmade, which I've obviously very much achieved. But I think I will try to give it like a spray with filler primer, and then we'll paint it the same white like we used on Penelope's umbrella and the background and all that. So it'll definitely match and have that same sheen, and then I can spray it. I know with it coated in the paint, just like we coated the wood in this paint, I know I can shoot it with the satin clear and it should be fine. Because we're shooting the paint, not the Sculpey clay, which I have no idea what it'll do to Sculpey clay, and I don't want to find out because I don't want to goof these up. They were a lot of work. Anyways, well, for me, they were a lot of work. I'm sure somebody that normally does sculpting could do this in about 2 seconds and do it much better, but for me, they were a lot of work. Let me go ahead and move them out of the way carefully for now, because what I want to do is go ahead and drill this hole. And what I thought I would do, so basically the leads are going to have to go underneath the board. And of course, if I have them running underneath the board, it's going to make the board uneven because I'm going to be sitting on those wires. So my original thought was drill a hole and then I could carve out a groove. But I don't think I'm going to do that. What I think I'm going to do, and I couldn't find them. Actually, before I started filming, I started looking around. I've got some of those fuzzy pads that you put like underneath furniture feet and stuff. I've had them forever just for kind of this kind of stuff. Do you know what I'm talking about? I could not for the life of me find them. I have them. My garage is an unorganized disaster. I've been building it out forever. It's going to be the new studio. We're back working on it. We've got plans that actually might be done in the next couple months. Anyways, but it is a disaster, and they're out there somewhere, and I could not find them. But they're those round, fuzzy pads you put under the feet of furniture. What I thought I would do is put them on the four corners of this, which would actually lift this up off the ground. One, it'll give it a nice pad, a nice little feet to sit on. But it also will pick it up off the table or the whatever it's sitting on, about 1/8 of an inch. They're about 1/8 of an inch thick, which would be plenty of gap for that wire. I'll just glue or tape the wire to the bottom of this, and that'll be plenty of space for that wire to run. I think that's the way I'm going to handle that. But we do need to drill this hole, which I've got my drill. What's the best way to do this? Man, I don't want something to come falling off. I don't want to mess up my bushes. I'm thinking I'm just going to try to go just like this, very carefully. Something like slow, okay. Slow, faster. Oh boy, okay, let's see. Let me see. This might be the better way. And I may have grabbed this may be the dullest, bit in the workshop. Come on. Oh my goodness. All right. What has happened to my, okay, whatever bit this is, it's going in the trash. I'm definitely gonna have to get a new one. I don't want to come slamming through this either. Oh my goodness. You know what we're gonna do? I might have to size up or size down. This bit is done for. These are it's Milwaukee bits, and they're not that old. Here's the show. Just the name on the box doesn't necessarily mean anything. I'll just go up to 7/30 seconds. It's gonna be a big hole though. That's gonna be. You know what? Let me downsize. It'll be okay to have like a. Yeah, I think it'll be okay, like this. I'm gonna go down a size. I think this bit should be a lot sharper. I mean, this is MDF. It should just go through it like butter. Yeah, kind of like that. It shouldn't be an issue at all. Okay, now what I think I want to do, move this stuff out of the way. Now I want to smooth that out. I think maybe what I'll do, can I just do it with my X-Acto? I mean, you're not really going to see this because it's way deep underneath the Mean Machine, but I'd like to smooth it out some. And now what I need to do, I've got the paint right down here. I'm gonna touch that up. Do I have? I think I had a used foam brush. What did I do with that? You know what? I'm not gonna worry about it. Here's what I'm gonna do. Let me grab the paint. Move that back up there. Y'all probably can't see the paint can. Well, you can see it in the face cam. I've got the paint right here. Where's my can opener? I saw it 2 seconds ago. Here it is. And I think all I'm going to do, the old finger technique here. Just like so. And then wipe my finger. All right. And I think that ow! Hammers. That's anything can be a hammer, including your hand and wrist. Yeah, so that'll take care of that. All right, good. And so now I'll have to let that dry. We'll have that to run the wire down through. Like I said, we'll put the pads underneath it. I got sawdust in my grass. We'll lift up a little bit off the ground, which will give it the ability to sit nice and smooth and flat. Now I got to find somewhere to put this. Let me set it over here, I think. Like so. Let me move him off of the background. Now, I'm trying to think about how I want to... I think we'll just use this green. I don't want to add too many details. I've got this printout here. Of course, the part of the printout that we want, I spilt water on. So it's kind of destroyed. But that's okay. Yeah, how do I want to do this? I might just put... I'm kind of wondering if we just do this part and maybe not even put in... Well, the little details are kind of helpful, aren't they? They do kind of look nice on here. Just put in some little sprigs. Let's see what... We can always paint over it. Well, actually we can't because this is custom mixed paint. So we can't actually paint over it. So that's not an option. But where's my green? This is the dark green. I wonder if I should use this. Nah, it's too dark. That's the dark green. Where's my green? We might have one small problem. I might not have any green. Let me go look back here. I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna go look right back here. See if I have some green. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I found it. It's back here. All right. It was back there. I've got it. Here we go. The green. So let's try this. Let's just see. I'm going to just kind of practice a little bit. Where's my little brush? Here we go. This one, I think. And let me get us squared up so you can see what I'm doing. Put our green in, okay. And how do they they just kind of have little dots of color. I might just try this one, just little dots of, see how that's gonna look. If I just pull some lines like that, can you guys even see that? I mean, it's very, very small. Like, and they'll put like the bush like that. I don't know. I think that's what, I'm just kind of looking at what they've kind of done, using some examples. Yeah, and then they just have like so, and then maybe put a bush like so. I don't know, what do you guys think? Can y'all see that even? Just adds a little detail. I think it'll be okay. I think I'll kind of go with it. So they kind of just spread out some of these little dudes like this. And then kind of just dash in some, you can tell somebody just went through with a brush, literally doing just what I'm doing, and they just kind of touched in some lines here and there. They kind of just quickly did something like that. I don't know, I guess that's okay. I think I want to add some more grouping though. I don't want singles. I want to go like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. Put a line there. Something, yeah, I don't know. I think that's all right. And then in the darker sections over, which I might do, yeah, I might do here. They have some like longer grass like that. Like that, something like that. I don't know, is this making it better or worse? I'll let you guys be the judge. Something like that. I might leave that a little bit more blank. We might just kind of go with what we've got there. They also had like a trail coming down, but they would have been, that trail would have been over here. Actually, it would be here. So maybe I'll do that. Well, maybe not. I don't want to put too much detail in the back. I might just kind of, maybe I'll just squiggle in something kind of right here, like what they have. If that's too much paint, don't do that. Something like that. Okay, I don't want to go overboard with it, so I think we'll leave it at that. You let me know. Let me hold it up to the camera a little better. I think the glare is kind of killing it, isn't it? I mean, it's not much. It's just a little something, just to add a little detail back there. They don't have any details in the mountains. No, I mean, that's all pretty much the way it is. I need to add the detail here. Oh, great, which means I think I need to go back there again and get the paint. Hold on. Yeah, it's back here. This is, being prepared for recording. It's a masterclass. Anyways, it wasn't too far to go. So now I'm going to try to do this face of the cliff here, just kind of by memory. They basically just brought color like so. Obviously this is going to take more than one coat because it's not, I want it to be nice and solid. Basically they just had kind of striped color in here. Probably, I think it came all the way to the edge there. This is definitely going to take more than one coat. This is not covering well, but we're getting the idea of what it's going to look like. Wow, y'all just see a glare. Let me get it out of the glare. There you go. But we just want to kind of follow this contour. And again, I'll have to definitely second coat this. Something like this, I guess. I don't know. Trying to keep it simple, but communicate the idea of what we're going for here. I think it was something like this. I really need to second coat to really see how that's going to look, but I think that's going to be okay. And then that'll have our background. I'll have to let that dry. I'll second coat it. And that'll have the background done. Because I'm going to leave this area blank. I'm going to leave it just like it is. Because if I pull, yikes, do not yank the leads. There we go. If I bring this back over and we put it back together, you can see that the foreground that I've done here kind of fills in that area. And I don't want a bunch of detail behind it. I want it to be this, basically. And yeah, that looks, now that I put it all together, I think it's gonna look pretty good. I'm kind of excited about it. I don't know. It's been fun. It's been a little bit silly. It's just, I've had a blast trying to take these children's toys. I don't want to put that on there because it's wet, but taking these children's toys and turning them into something a little bit more. It's been really fun to try to do that. I hope you enjoyed along the way too. I think we have one more episode on this. When we come back tomorrow, I'll have everything I was just talking about finished up. So in other words, the smoke, in fact, I'll probably have, here's what's probably we're gonna do tomorrow. I'll probably have everything pretty much finished. And then we'll take a final look. I don't know if I'll get the satin clear coat on it or not. We'll see. We'll see how much time things take to dry, like backgrounds and whatnot. But you know what? I think I'm even going to try to get the satin clear. So when we come back tomorrow, it might just be more a final look at the final product. I have the batteries set up behind so we can turn the LED on, get a good look at how this all finished up and came together. Thank you for joining me. Thank you guys guys and gals who have stuck through this entire series. It's been a long one. It's really been a lot longer than I expected it to be. I thought this was going to be like a week. It's been like a month and a half, maybe even 2 months. Anyways, thanks for sticking through with me. Leave me those comments down below. Let me know what you think so far. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. That really helps. But yeah, hit that subscribe button, the bell button. I don't know. All those things you're supposed to do on YouTube. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.